Well, as a coach, 1 year out, your planning becomes really detailed. You're getting right down to last minute, right down to the little things, because you don't want anything to go wrong that's going to cause the performance to come off. Interesting that the All Blacks are playing Australia in Japan this year. Well, surprise, surprise, a year out. And they're doing that so that they can get used to the hotels, so they can get used to the culture change. And you just don't want to leave anything to chance. It's a tournament that's easy to motivate the players because they're incredibly motivated. It's a world stage and you need to make sure that your players are ready for that mentally. It's going to make or break people. You're going to have new superstars. There's going to be massive joy and massive disappointment, and you don't want to be on the disappointment side. The big thing moving forward will be, injuries. Do you get your full team out there week in, week out? Probably a bit tough. The build-up was always a concern, the build-up, making sure that you're playing opposition that are going to give you the contest, but you also want to win. And so depending on where you are in the rankings, so for example, everyone in the top 5 or 6 are going to want to win everything that they do. But then when you get down, if you're Japan, if you're Samoa, if you're Tonga, who do you want to play to make sure you're preparing properly, but you're not getting a spanking at the same time? So, all those little details around getting to the World Cup with heaps of confidence and a full squad. Players always surprise you in the last lead up to the World Cup, and I think you've got to be aware that there's going to be some players that are coming out of the woodwork, and you've got to have a couple of places available for that. I think the most important thing about selection is getting the mix right. You want young guys who are just keen to play and don't really have a lot of pressure involved, mixed with a lot of old guys that know how important it is. If you can get that mix right, but you've got to leave space for the players that are going to surprise you, and a lot of them will, and you've got to be really careful about players that might be hanging on for the World Cup. So some really big decisions to make.